So I left Dubai and went to Lagos, Nigeria for the first time. I went there with the likes of Mooncall, Da Vinci,
Alright, I'm sitting on your ass.
Alex M Crypto, and I spent a week there, experienced really real Nigeria Lagos experience. And in this video, guys, I want to share that with you because I do travel a lot, but I never really get to share my stories in all these places that I go to. So we're gonna start this episodes now with this show called Let's Talk About Nigeria in this case. And I know when people think of Nigerians, they think of all the bad things, scams and crime and things like that. So I wanted to go actually to the country and get to experience being with Nigerians in Nigeria. And I went there and checked it out myself. It was kind of like a dreamland because everything that you might expect because of what you hear in the media falls down the window because it's not like that. When you get to Nigeria, they're some of the most helpful and most polite people. And if you're watching my YouTube channel for the first time, they call me Gray BTC or Gray to the B to the T to the C or the Watcher. I'm about to hit 200,000 subscribers, so I would appreciate it if you help me get to that goal by destroying that subscribe button. It's free. And also destroy the like button. Let's get 1,000 likes in this video. That would be kill game, okay? So let's start with why the hell was I going to Lagos at all? Why did I leave Dubai and go to Lagos? So I received a text message the other day from Franklin from Boundless Pay. He was like, hey, great, we're hosting a great event in Lagos called Blockchain Vibes and would like you to come over and speak there. I was like, I was just thinking about leaving Dubai because it got extremely hot. I was like, oh, maybe I'll go somewhere in Europe or I'll go in Thailand or something. And then I saw this message. I was like, oh yeah, look, this is, to me, I don't have to even think about it. Lagos, yeah, let's go. And I decided to go because I also have a really good, huge Nigerian following. And at Crypto University, we have a lot of people from Nigeria. The event was on the 9th and we were supposed to be there on the 8th. And I decided to go there on the 3rd before I just go for the event and come out without really having the time to check out the real experience of Lagos. So I went there and it started at Dubai Airport. I got at the Dubai Airport where you're supposed to fly from Lagos, from the terminal. Bro, it was insane. I got there and I didn't know that you need to sign a form to enter Nigeria. I mean, I had my visa done, I had everything done. But at the airport, there's this guy always following me around. And obviously I knew what he wanted. He wanted money, but he wasn't asking directly for it. So he was trying to find a way to help me. So he asked me, oh, do you have a form, man? I'm like, a form? What do you mean a form? He's like, oh, you need this form. Otherwise, you're going to be delayed and then you might not get into the flight. So he showed me where to get the form. And I went to the website. He was like, oh, let me just give me your passport. Let me sign it out for you. And then so that you can just go and focus on checking in your bags. I'm like, oh, man, I'll do it myself. So I did it myself, but this guy was still standing there. And going to the Emirates side of things, to fly Emirates, I didn't know where I was supposed to pay for the extra luggage. And this guy took me to a wrong spot where I needed cash to pay because those guys were not accepting card. And he wanted me to withdraw cash so that I can give him some. So I was like, yo, bro, I told you I'll do this myself. Like, why are you walking around? And then when I realized that, okay, this guy has actually shown me a wrong door to go, I kicked him out. I'm like, yo, bro, like, go. This is now misleading because I could miss the flight simply because you're looking for $10. That's stupid, right? So I left and then I figured it out myself, jumped onto the flight. It was awesome, the living experience. And then I go to the airport, right? Go to the airport and realize that everything that people say about the extortion and corruption at the airport is real. So look, I applied for my visa already. I paid for it. I thought you just arrive at the airport and the immigration are going to give you a stamp, but that was not the case. I was directed to another room where I was supposed to now collect the e-visa stamp, right? You know, the e-visa is one thing. They have to stick it into your passport. And this guy asked me that, oh, where is your printed form of the visa? But I know that I don't need it because somebody who went there told me already. However, the other guy, there was another younger guy who didn't like it. And he just said that, oh no, it's fine, man, I can help you. Then he did everything, printed the visa and stick it into my passport. And I went by the stamping office. The guy looked at me, he's asking, where are you going? What are you doing here? And he looked at my passport, he put me on the side. Then I asked him, I'm like, yo, guys, I've already wasted 45 minutes here. Like, what's the problem? You know, what do I need to show you? Am I missing something? He realized that it might cause some commotion and he didn't want that. He just decided to ask me, how many days you want to stay here? I'm like, yo, 1 week is okay. He's like, okay, we're going to give you 30 days. And now, as I was going out the airport, I met a guy who is a security guy. He saw me carrying 2 big bags. He put me on the side. He's like, yo, what are you doing here? What do you have there? I'm like, yo, bro, it's just my clothes and some of my camera gear and stuff like that. He's like, open those bags. I'm like, okay. I opened them up. And then my backpack has all my gear for filming, right? Cameras, laptops, everything. And he saw that. He's like, my man, this is a big problem. You need to pay a bond. So I'm like, what, a bond? What are you talking about, a bond? He's like, oh, you have a lot of camera equipment. Are you going to sell these things in Nigeria? I'm like, no, I'm not selling anything. This is my stuff. He's like, oh, you have a lot of them. So you need to pay a bond when you come to Nigeria. I'm like, is this a tax or a custom? It's like, just Google it, you'll see. So I went to Google, checked it out and find bond. And I found the definition of the bond, but still doesn't make sense. Like, in what context am I supposed to pay the bond in Nigeria? It doesn't say that at the airport I need to pay any of this. And like, okay, so what you need to do, you're gonna have to go to the bank. I'll direct you this way to the bank. You need to pay the bond and get the documents from there and come back. But oh my gosh, today is Sunday, so the banks are closed, so I don't know what we're gonna do now. So I'm like, oh, so you're saying that I should pay for something, but then at the same time you're saying that I can't pay because the banks is closed. He's like, oh, but you just have to do something maybe. I'm like, what do you want me to do? What is the protocol? If you tell me the protocol, I'll do it. If you say I should go to the bank now and pay, I'll go and pay. I knew that it was a guy trying to extort me, and I was prepared to not pay anybody at the airport because I don't like to encourage corruption by paying some petty stuff like this, right? He asked his friend, hey, do you think this man needs a bond? And the guy came and looked at my bag. He's like, this guy doesn't need it. He can go. So yes, you can get away from not paying anybody in Lagos at the airport. They will try to extort you. You just have to stick to your guns. As long as you have all your documentation, you're not going to have any problems. Now, after entering Lagos, I realized that in Nigeria, there is Uber, but there is no Uber Black. So you realize that, oh, you actually need your own driver. So you get around that by getting your own private driver to drive you around. You know, it's not really that expensive, but it's very annoying that you have to call someone and they have to wait for you wherever you go and things like that. But it is good for security also because sometimes you need someone to be there with you, especially if you're new. I know you guys know that, oh, when you're in Nigeria, a lot of people take on security and all that. I wanted to challenge this, so I was not doing the security thing all the time. I was just trying to be normal. I mean, look at me. You wouldn't know that I'm not Nigerian when I'm there anyway, unless something crazy happens. So I was trying to just really live a normal life until I leave. But obviously, ended up doing the whole security thing, especially when the other guys came and joined. Da Vinci and Alex and Carl came through. We were doing the whole security thing when going in and out of the hotel. Another thing about Lagos is traffic. So you do hear a lot about, oh, Nigeria and traffic is hectic. I thought it's just like, oh yeah, I've seen bad traffic before everywhere I go, right? In Nigeria is next level. So shout out to my man, Crypto Lord. On my second day in Lagos, he came to my hotel and decided to take me out for a ride to show me around a little bit. And I was supposed to get my local outfit for the event because I wanted to dress up in some local outfit. So we drove from one place in Lagos, which is Victoria, the posh area, and Victoria Island, to drive to mainland because Lagos is split into these two areas, right? We drove from there, and it's a 30-kilometer drive to go to where we were going, but it took us 5 hours to move. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen traffic like this. Like, there was a point where we literally just stopped in the car and just chat and talk about other things, and we're not even going anywhere for 30 minutes almost. I was like, okay, I've never seen traffic like this before. And definitely when it comes to one of the most dense traffic I've ever seen, Lagos tops my list when it comes to that. So you have to really time your movements really well when you're there. 3 hours later, we're out of traffic, guys. Making a move. We're keeping it moving. Welcome to Lagos, baby. Another cool thing about Lagos, Nigeria, or Nigeria in general, is the food, man. The food out there, guys. You guys have the best food in the world. I already like West African food. It's pretty much my favorite. But I had never been there to experience the local food firsthand on my own. And this time around, I did it. So I was looking forward, and I said on Twitter that, yo, I'm going to Nigeria for the food.
Mr. Gray, what are you eating today?
I'm eating edikang ikong soup. And I also eat obono soup. Not much. So I eat round one, I wait a few minutes, I do business, and then I go for round two, then I go for round three. I know gentleman at all. The African man, original. When I got there at the hotel that I stayed at, man, the food was the bomb, bro. It's like fresh food, mostly organic. And I was eating a lot. I was eating like 3 times a day. Typically, I eat once a day, right? Because I'm trying to play keto at the same time, look healthy, look good, not get fat. But when I was in Nigeria, I was at a risk of literally pumping up. So Nigeria itself is cheap, to be honest. It's very, very cheap. But it's very hard to make money when you're there for a lot of people. So that's why I have a lot of hustle and a lot of Nigerian people online, just like India, right? It's a huge country. And opportunities are scarce, the currency is terrible, and life is really cheap. So if you want to have a blast, if you make a few $1,000s per month, I think you can really live like a king almost in Nigeria if you want to, because most people don't really earn that much. And there is, you know, when it comes to security, most people talk about security. Oh, is it secure? Do I need security all the time? Well, not really. Especially if you look like me, you probably don't need it because, you know, you just move around normal. And because the entire country speaks English, you don't really stand out that much. I realize that when I speak or when another person speaks English, they might not pick up very quickly that you're not Nigerian. They might sometimes think that you are Nigerian, but you lived overseas, or you are from another region of the country where the accent is different. But everybody speaks English, so you don't really get to stand out that much, which I like a lot because it was different from when I was in Serbia, for example, right? Serbia, I was standing out a lot. Number 1, language. Number 2, look at me, right? Which is okay. I had a good time. And I'll tell you, if you're a black guy in an all-white country, or if you're a tourist, no matter what color you are, if you're a tourist in some country, people want to take advantage of you. So sometimes it doesn't help to look different. So the city itself is very big, right? It's a lot of people everywhere. It's busty, has a lot of energy, but it's not clean, right? So that's one thing that you just have to prepare yourself. However, odd enough, the people are some of the most cleanest people I've ever seen. So when you go to Nigeria, the place in Lagos, some places might look shit, but like you see that everybody looks good, man. It's like everybody's clean, well trimmed, or they have nice hair, or somehow they know how to take care of themselves and look clean. Even the guys that were selling, they were selling small things in the marketplaces, like the odd guys, man. They have beautiful skin, well shaved. I'm like, wow. It was incredible to see for me. Like, okay, there is a distinction between the city and the people. The people are hardworking. They know how to grind. They know how to get away to get things for themselves. But the governance there is so shit. So you realize when you're in Lagos that there's a lot of wealth and a lot of money there, but there is just bad governance. So there is a complete disconnect between the country and the people, because it's almost like the country is extremely broke, but the people are rich. So you get to see these dynamics where you're in an area, in a good area supposedly, and you have this big mansion or a huge hotel, and next building or next plot to it is just an empty place or it's a shitty house, simply because of the ownership structure of land and the zoning of the area, right? Everybody can own anything everywhere.
I actually lived in the downtown area. The downtown area of Chile is actually the poor area of Chile. And most people don't even like it. I like that. But that poor area is nothing. Is rich.
Compared to right.
Compared to here, basically.
What were your expectations though? What did you expect?
Well, we went to even the rich area, and I was not impressed.
That is Banana Island.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how.
So that is where the billionaires,
Exactly.
the Dangote, the richest man in the world. I mean, the richest man in Africa, lives there.
Yes, I have to admit, right? I mean, I could be false about it, but I know some people would go, yeah, it's okay. But I have to admit, it was not impressive down in that area.
In a lot of areas, it's a mixture of rich people and not so rich people mixed in together. Whereas in most places that I've been to, like say South Africa is almost like you go in a rich area, everyone's rich. And then you go to a poor area where everyone's also poor. So you have all these averages playing out. In Nigeria, it's completely different from that aspect. But otherwise, Lagos has everything you need as a person when you're traveling, right? It has, if you play golf, I went to some golf courses there. It has the restaurants, it has the bars, it has the clubs. Literally imagine, I went to the club. I was checking out nightlife with the guys. Some of the best clubs I've ever seen in my life are in Lagos. Like, I'm not a club person. I don't like clubbing. I don't like partying. But I went to this club, so I was like, yo, if all clubs were like this, I would literally be going to the club every weekend. It's crazy. I went to some club and I found some DJs there. Some nerds on their laptop there at the club, by the way. Met some smart kids who are like 16 years old. They made some money in crypto. And they're blockchain developers, and they're just on a regular night at the club chatting, discussing crazy things. They have their own NFT projects. I was like, whoa, this is Nigeria you speak of? It was crazy. So I was like, okay, this is incredible. I went to some clubs like Victoria. I went to another club called The Library. It has a lot of books in it. It doesn't even feel like you're in the club. I felt like sleeping there. Hey guys, welcome to Lagos, Nigeria. Apparently I'm in a club. Yeah, this is the club with beautiful books in the background.
Yes, sir. Nice.
It's huge, beautiful lighting. I don't even know what to say. I can actually go around and show you guys. I can literally sleep here on a good night, you know.
I will lead.
So this is
the market penetration.
The only thing I didn't like about Nigeria is one thing. I didn't like the tribalism. It's a very tribalist country. You literally feel it when you're there, based on how many times people make references of their tribe or another tribe, or in comparison of tribes. If somebody do something, they say that, oh, he's this and that or this and that. I was like, oh my gosh, please save me from this. I didn't like that part. But otherwise, experience was great. I understand where a lot of my Nigerian peoples, where your hustle and bustle comes from. Now I get it. Nigeria is tough. Police brutality there, it's real as well for young people. So it's one of those countries where they expect young people to be broke. Actually, somebody told me that, oh, the way you look, when the police see you, are more likely going to stop you. So apparently, being young and looking good in Nigeria is a problem by law enforcement. It is a trigger for a guy who makes money illegally on the internet or something like that. Especially if you have local hair. This is what the guys told me. I mean, if you have natural hair, if you have a lot of hair like braids and things like that, they're more likely going to think that you're a Yahoo boy, which is incredible. So I had an incredible meetup with the Crypto University community there. It was incredible. And a lot of those guys look really good and clean. They're like, oh, we just stay in the house, man. We don't really go out much because the police stop us. A lot of guys are doing P2P, NFTs, or some of these crazy things on in crypto. So it was incredible to meet everyone. Thank you guys for watching this video. Destroy the subscribe button. Help me hit 1,000 likes in this video. Let's do it. And I'll see you in the next video. And remember, I recorded a bunch of podcasts in Nigeria with Da Vinci, M Crypto, Mooncall. So make sure you check it out. Link to my podcast is on survival skills. By the way, I'm giving out a 3-day trip to Dubai to my Survivor Skills podcast subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the moon as always. Peace out.